Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, brought to you by GeneralsJoesReborn.com. How is everyone doing? So today had a little bit of news. Now, I was actually going to be doing an unboxing of a little Snake Eyes and Timber, which is in the background there, but I was like, only if no news happens, and news happened. So I'll push that to tomorrow night, unless obviously something else happens. Hello, Jeffrey Stalemate Ball. Hello there. Hello, Stephen Moore. Thanks for everyone jumping on in the comments. As always, keep them flooding in. You can obviously ask me any questions. It's like an AMA basically this turns into. Hello, Dave Flagpoints. I've started to eat, but I've stopped to do this. So this is going to be a super long one, Kitty said. Hello, Action J. But yes, we've got some, the kind of news we've been waiting for since the end of the successful Haslab HisTank campaign. And here we are, and it's here via email. It didn't come out during an event that we all expected it to. No, it's just out. So we're going to be discussing that. So I suppose we better just start discussing that. All right. So yes, like I said, we have got the fan vote. It is live. Now, these are all, of course, for those that have been under a rock for the last however many months. This is because of the Haslab HisTank. I say Haslab so much that I've made it wrong in my own brain. Now, obviously, the incredibly successful Haslab HisTank came to an end a number of months ago, and basically kind of smashed all kinds of records in and around the Haslab, in all of the Haslab projects so far. Didn't quite reach the heights of Galactus in terms of price. I'm not sure if there were other ones that it did really well effectively. Now, anyway, part of that was an early bird Tactician, which was breezed through instantly. And one of the things they added, hello, Sean, hello, Dave again. So hello, Tyler, hello, Smiler, hello, Toy Bounty Hunter. So yeah, on top of that, they decided for the Tactician, they would give it up to the fans to vote for the deco. The decos based on Ron Rudat's color studies for the His driver and kind of like rejigged into a kind of more modern styling. So we got some really nice choices. And let's just show you first off what we got as an email. Cobra Hiss, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Haslab, yada, yada, yada. G.I. Joe Classified Series, Cobra Hiss, Early Bird Fan Vote. I'm going to have to read this off the actual email because I can't, the text is so small. Citizens of Earth, and it's written in the voice of Cobra Commander, which I can't really be bothered to do right now. It's been quite some time since we last spoke. Destrau has been toiling away to mass produce my fleet of G.I. Joe Classified Series Hiss vehicles, with loads of S's again. I understand he's even enlisted Zartan and the Fatal Fluffies to incentivize the Haslab team to move a little faster. You should see the lash marks on their backs. Harsh. But you and I have some unfinished business to discuss. I bet it's not that far off, actually. I bet people are working very hard and very late into the early hours to get this stuff going, We'll get to all that later, guys. I will be asking the obvious question for everybody in a little while. But you and I have some unfinished business to discuss, my loyal subjects. As you may recall, I promised that if the Hiss fully funded within the first week of the campaign, everyone backing would receive a special early bird figure. If we remember, I mean, we've been talking about it since it happened, but I was getting to the point where I'd almost forgotten, honestly. The His Tactician, inspired by the designs of Ron Rudat. I'm not normally a fan of voting or democracy per se, but since it's election season, now is your chance to shine by choosing the color scheme of their uniforms. Between now and October the 31st, each backer with a Hasbro Pulse account can vote once per day by logging into an account they use to back the G.I. Joe Classified Series Hiss. From there, the CGs will put their accounting skills to good use, tallying the results. I'll unveil the winning design in November. That's cool. So we've got a number of days to do it. I guess each day you can vote on the same one each time, or you can change it up a little bit and maybe vote for a number of them that you'd like to see kind of happen. That's actually quite interesting. Actually, I'll just vote. How many days is that? 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. I think we've got enough days to vote for each one. I might do that just to completely negate my vote completely. I must confess, Cobra has had a bit of a recruitment problem of late, which is strange considering what an equal opportunity employer we are, lols. Our healthcare package is quite comprehensive, so to be sure to choose the best possible design for the HISS Tactician to inspire and build the ranks of Cobra's troops, with their strategic skills and stylish uniforms, the HISS Tacticians will help wipe the G.I. Joe forces off the face of the planet. Or just keep Outback from being sold in Target. Okay. Right then, let's go through the actual options then, guys. And this is obviously where I will start asking you the question, even though people have already dived in with what they want, which is cool. Tyler Johnson, been a good week for Joe's. Got my vote in for this and have received my Viper 3-pack Kamakura, Stalker, Tomax, and Zaymot. Amazing. Well done, Tyler. It does feel like that way, though. I've got like Snake Eyes is in, Kamakura's in, the Ninjas have been in, got Stalker, got the Twins. What am I waiting for now? I don't know. Crimson Guard is the only one I don't have at the moment, incidentally. Right then. Excellent era for Joe. Most exciting for me since A Real American Hero, says Dave. And Dave should know, Dave of Flag Points fame. Dave, hope you're doing well, buddy. It's been too long, mate. We need to have a proper conversation. We need to have a face-to-face at some point again, Dave. But it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, pal. And it is an excellent era for Joe, definitely. Team Repaint representing for Neil Hill there. Baron von Repaint. RKW1138, which one is Bravo? Let's get to that now, shall we? Let's get to that. Thanks for all the comments, guys. Really appreciate it. Exocet Panda, dropped my vote earlier, but I'd like one of each. Mate, that's actually so true, actually. I look at all of them and I go, do you know what? I wouldn't be upset with any of them. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I'd be happy with any of them. But there'd be like a few that I'd prefer, I think. But yeah, definitely. We'll get to that. Luke Poulon. Hello, Luke. Red and Black all the way, which is Ron Rudat's choice. He knows what is best for G.I. Joe, so who am I to argue with him? Well, the fact that he did a ton of color studies couldn't make his mind up, Luke. That's why we have to choose. Sean says, I'll take a multi-pack of Tacticians in the future. Give me the rainbow. Absolutely. The Skittles multi-pack. Am I allowed to say that without being sponsored by them? I don't know. Right. The Repaint Commander you changed now, Neil. You changed, mate. You used to be Baron von Repaint. Now you're the Repaint Commander. Oh, brilliant. Action J, my O-Ring Stinger and Megatron, his shipped. Awesome, dude. You'll have to let us know what that O-Ring Stinger is like. Some other people have been letting me know about that today, that the O-Ring Stinger has been shipping, which is cool. Can't wait to see people's reactions to that and how it compares to the old ones. The Stinger is one of my favorite vehicles. Actually, it's very synonymous with the Action Force International Heroes era as well. Like, it was all over the comics, and that we had the talk. We had it in multiple versions, multiple boxed versions. Anyway, we had it in Palatoy and we had it in International Heroes run. Anyway, it's awesome. I love it, and it's in the commercials too. I love the commercials. You've been downgraded to Commander Neil. Okay, all right then. All right, thanks for all the comments, guys. I'll try and get to as much as I can, but let's go to what we're actually here for. First up then, Charlie disappears off the screen because it's like a literal all black screen. You just see a Cobra logo. But yeah, this one, I will say with Charlie, that's not the colloquialism for a certain drug, but for Charlie, I would say that I think this is really dope. It's really sleek. It's almost like Special Missions Hiss, isn't it? Hiss Tactician. Or like secret undercover. It's Snake Eyes, basically. Or actually, what's he called? Snake Eyes with the silver Cobra logo in the forest. I've had a massive brain fart. I'm showing my terrible fandom by not remembering the name of that particular character. South American, all black with the silver logo. Guys, help me out here. What am I talking about? Completely lost it. But again, this is what happens when you go live and when you get to my age. So Charlie, like him. I do like him. I think he's awesome. He's not in my top 2, but I will definitely say if we got this one, I'd be cool with it. Totally cool with it. Now, We have Echo next, which is kind of like it's very similar to Charlie. If you flip, you can see the differences. Sorry, I went too far. You can see the differences if I rock between the two, like so. It's just those certain elements that have been like the visor, the wrists, and the boots have got this kind of like interesting, like almost like transparent glow shine. It's really weird, actually. Kind of digging it. And again, if we got that one, based on exactly the same thing I said about Charlie, if we got Echo, again, I'd be cool with that. Sorry, I'm just checking some comments, make sure we're still okay. Yeah, cool. All right. Okay. So Echo, very awesome. Then we have Bravo, which I think is like, this was like the leader by a hair when we've done previous shows, the red and black, this particular red and black one, because I've done another, I did another fan, like a pre-vote thing on the page. And most people were either saying this one, Bravo, or the purple one. And we'll get to the purple one in a second. But there was a lot of that kind of like, that was where the, you know, the big money was basically. Yeah, but there you go. Those Bravo. And I think I would say probably leading the line from what I can tell online and all that kind of stuff. But you never know. You never really know, do you? A lot of people are Team Bravo. I think I voted today for Bravo. I've completely forgotten what I voted for, guys. It's been a day. It has been a day. Okay, that's why I'm doing this now later than usual. Apologies for that. But yeah, there we go. There's Bravo. That's probably the one I think I went for Bravo today. I'd like to go back and see my history of voting, but I don't think I can. I think it was Bravo I went with today. Anyway, Alpha's next up. And Alpha and Bravo, again, similar vibes, but a lot more of the red goes missing. And you just have the silver visor and the red sigil. Now, I do, again, this Alpha is quite nice as well. By the way, I don't know if this is done on purpose, the spelling, because a lot of people are like, oh, that's not how you spell Alpha. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if they were specifically spelling it that way for a reason. Like maybe it's the Sprout Technician. No one will get that. Anyway, Tactician Alpha, irrelevant spelling wise, who cares? It's PH usually, obviously. Maybe they're using maybe they're doing it as a thing, and I don't know why. Maybe it's an homage. I don't know, but won't find out. So then we have Alpha. And again, if we got this one, I like this version. Like you see, I like Bravo very much, and I've voted for him. But honestly, Alpha as well is kind of cool. Like the all black with the silver visor and the red sigil, very striking for those two pops that really got stand out on the rest of that kind of all black. But again, thank you very much, Paul Galliano, for backing me up on my stupid Sprouts joke. Appreciate it. So that's cool. And then we have Delta, which is the kind of techno viper color purple job, isn't it? So although it's not as bright as a techno viper, although you never know, they might do a techno viper in that kind of subdued purple in classified. I would imagine techno viper's on the list of figures to do in the next couple of years, because it was in the 30th, wasn't it? Or was it Pursuit of Cobra? No, it was 30th, I think. I can't remember if it was that era anyway. Pursuit of Cobra into the 30th. Anyway, so that's what I would say. Yeah, for this one, this is what I think when this first came out, I was like, oh, I want this one. As a standalone figure, it just looks cool, and I love the purple, and I think it looks really sexy. But at the same time, if you put it in with the rest of the team, does it really vibe correctly? But then you say that, like, I don't think it matters. There are all sorts of characters that get on vehicles. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, does that mean Dr. Mindbender can't hang out in there? Does that mean, like, you know, a Red Ninja can't? Well, actually, a Red Ninja would work. What am I trying to say, McLeod? Does that mean Firefly can't hang out, even though he's grey and black and it's pointless? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have a big deal or big problem. I think there's a lot of overthinking goes into this. You know, some of the stuff I've seen online of people's like decision making around it. I'm kind of like, you know, go with what you like. But then at the same time, if there is a little bit of like, if part of that is, you know, to think about the whole selection, to think about how it looks displayed, totally. But I saw one that was broken down into about 10 points as to why it works in reality, not just like in the world of Cobra and GI Joe, but like a breakdown of like specific things that, and this would work because of this happens in real life. And it's like, come on, does it matter? At the end of the day, this is a bit of fun, I think. And I think a lot of people take it a little bit too far in like, this is the one I want, and I will murder everyone else if you don't go with my decision. It's like, but then again, I am very much open to any of these. So it's easier for me to say that without being like super like, angry if it's not going to be that. Anyway, Delta, I like Delta. But again, I'm probably going to steer away from Delta based on the fact that, the whole Techno Viper thing, and the fact that I would probably suggest in terms of color, I would like them all to kind of make, some sort of connection. Do you know what I mean? Like a connected kind of theme, like uniform theme. So that's cool. Okay, next up then, and this is another one, Foxtrot, that is another one that I would actually quite like as a figure, and I think would work with the other two because of the blue that's on the other two figures, because you've got the blue on the chest pieces, haven't you? So I kind of feel like you could have the blue figure work within the team. Like I know there's a lot of red in there too. It might have actually been a good idea to have like the red sigil or maybe the red chest piece or something, just to kind of, again, tie it in with the team. I know that wasn't part of the color study originally. But yeah, Charlie G says red and blue makes purple. So if you squidge them together, you get the Delta anyway, don't you, mate? Absolutely. If you put them in a blender, that's what you'll get. Michael Jean Fleming wants Bravo, as it matches the rest of the crew while still being distant, to set the Tactician apart as someone special. But I would not be upset over any of them winning all at night. I'm in the same boat, Michael. 100% with you on that one. Captain K says, I voted Alpha today. May go Bravo. Again, totally cool. Some people said they don't like Alpha at all. Let's just move on to the whole screen so we can see all of them now. Toy Bounty says, Foxtrot is a fashion statement. When your team is going into combat, you should clash. Should or shouldn't? Again, does it matter, Toy Bounty Hunter? That's a good point as well. Max Power CG says blue one should be Rip It, which they'll make as a His Tank Driver repaint. Yeah, so the blue one, I would. That's one of the reasons, actually, I think I stayed away from the blue one as happening, and kind of ventured closer to the red and blacks. So I'm kind of like, I love Bravo, but I do like Alpha as a kind of like more subtle, subdued kind of like deco, if you know what I mean. Cheers. So yeah, that's dope. What else are we saying on the old commentos? Yes, it matters, Chris, is RKW1138. I mean, it does and it doesn't. It matters to some people, 100%, including yourself, dude. But like I say, it matters to me, but only in the sense of like from a very minor perspective. And then after that, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm happy to see any of these happening. Hello, Grant Meunier. How are you doing? I'm voting for Bravo, I believe, Grant. I think that was where I was at today, but then I completely forgot what I did. Like it happened so quickly because I was like rushing to post everything at the same time I was actually, at work. And then at the other time I'm trying to like post it with my, I can't say what I would usually call my hands. It's a family show, but yeah, like fat thumbs, basically, just trying to get everything out there. And yeah, so I completely forgot what I actually voted for, but I'm pretty sure it was Bravo. I'm pretty sure I was talking about it in the group with the other guys. We were all overthinking it, as per after I just said, don't overthink it. It's not just, pick one you like. And then I've been like talking about it all day. Shout out to Adam Drake, who told me that the email had arrived as I was checking my email. So I got, as I went into my emails, his comment, his like message came up. I'm like, bloody hell, it's all kicking off. Toy Bounty Hunter says, I'll be going for Foxtrot. It won't win, but I'm still going to vote for it. And that's, that's your choice, dude. Go for it. Excuse me, Renegade Biker. The Rip It code name sounds like the guy has an irritable bowel syndrome and releases a lot of methane gas when he is around. Yeah, I used to have irritable bowel syndrome. Don't have it anymore. Yeah, interesting that. No one cares. Used to have it like for ages, and it was probably my diet of heroin. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that. And yeah, and I changed it, and it doesn't exist anymore. It's great. Anyway, completely. Why am I even talking about that? Too much information there. Grant says, I voted for Charlie. Love that all black color scheme. You see, some people are like, there you go. There's one. Grant wants Charlie. Brilliant. I can't say Charlie without it sounding like a UK colloquialism for a certain drug. The Toy Files. Let me click on that. The Toy Files podcast. My son says Foxtrot, Alpha, and Bravo. So the blue one, the kind of subdued black and red one, and the red and black one. Yeah, okay, cool. Nice one. Is that Dan K on the Toy Files? Let me know. Are you going to vote more than once? Asked Jamie Lynn. Yes, I am. And I don't know if I'm going to change it or not to tomorrow, because that is the kind of flighty, crazy, ridiculous human being that I am. I might put in a cheeky, I'll work it out. So I'll choose 3 to vote for, and then I'll bolster it like the most votes go to number 1, the second amount go to number 2, and the third amount go to number 3. But I'm going to have to like sit there and scribble that down, because I'm not going to be able to think about that properly. Max Power CG says Bravo is the best choice, or Alpha. So you like the red and blacks? Totally cool. I am voting every day, I think. I am, yep. What else we got going on? Paul Sidaway says 1 driver and 1 gunner in the traditional colours and the tactician in the new colours. Yeah, that could work. Totally. Smiler67 says, here's the ultimate question for backers. If your colour is not chosen, are you still keeping the fig? Well, that's a good question, Smiler67. I should have stolen that and pretended that I'd come up with it, because no one can obviously see any comments, can they? Yeah, Smiler, that's a really good question, guys. Let us know in the comment. I personally won't be doing that. Not like I said, if whatever it comes out at, I'll be happy. Action J's surprised they made a daily vote versus just 1 vote. I am as well. It gives you the option to kind of really, bolster one, or 1 choice, like to a degree. Maybe gives them more votes, makes it a better, I don't know, pool. I don't know. Really don't know. Is the Tactician getting a classified release? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think it is, Grant. I believe it'll just it's just going to be like Haslab only, because they have to keep some of it Haslab only. Like, I think the Cobra Commander with the kind of Mickey Mouse logo, that's going to be Haslab only. I think this is the Tactician's Haslab only as an early bird thing. But I think we may see the driver and the gunner redone again in the future. I'm thinking like Python Patrol maybe. But yeah, I could see them being done again. And obviously like Rip It, as people have said. Yeah. Bravo will make a cohesive team with the other 2 figures. Absolutely, Max Power. Yep. Yes, it's you, Dan. Toy Files podcast. Shout out to Dan K. Absolutely. Captain K is voting every day. Yes, you are logged into that account on your computer, Dan. That's what's happening there. Excuse me. Like I said, it's been a day. People liking Charlie, by the way. Charlie's getting some good love in here. That's the kind of all black with the silver sigil, and I think it's a sleek, it's a sexy look. I'm into it. I think if I was doing my top 3 though, I've got Bravo, Alpha. You see, like I like Delta and Foxtrot. I don't want to leave them out. Oh, this is hard. See, I think I'm down with Bravo, but at the same time, this is so difficult. It's making it worse doing this episode. Why did I do this episode? Toy Bounty Hunter says, too bad Rudat ruled out yellow, green, and orange from the start. I know, right? I'm voting Bravo each time. If we Delta, I won't be sad. Just don't want Charlie or Foxtrot knockoff Rip Its. Sorry, Foxtrot is a knockoff Rip It. Absolutely. Again, I think that's where I like the foxtrot. I like the figure, and I think it looks awesome. I love the color, but I want to see Rip It, and I want to see Rip It done properly. So I don't know. Who cares? You guys do. We all do. Obviously, RKW. I will burn it. You're not going to sell it or give it away. No, burn it on video as well. RKW. Melt the bugger. Captain K, keeping it for sure. I don't really care about the color. Neil Hill, I will be slightly upset if Bravo isn't the colors game chosen, but it would cause me to get rid. It wouldn't cause me to get rid of my set. Could you imagine getting rid of your entire Haslab set, the Hiss tank and everything, because the Tactician wasn't the right color for you? If that is where you're at with this, then wow. You're going to keep yours, Robert H. Got it. Andrew Clark, I was Team Bravo today. Maybe I'll throw in for Delta tomorrow. Wasn't that Rudat's favorite? Rudat's was Bravo, I think, Andrew. I think that's what has been mentioned in a interview. I want to say when he appeared on someone's on a podcast and said it. I think, or he just said it on his page. I can't remember what. Anyway, Ron Rudat has said Bravo at some point. Hello all to Andrew Clark. Which code name do you think Chris sounds like a bad joke or weird kind of code name? Skidmark or Rip It? Skidmark and Rip It. Yeah, because we actually changed that to Treadmark, by the way. So we had Treadmark before you guys turned him into Treadmark for following Skidmark. So we always knew that figure as Treadmark, and I thought Treadmark was a pretty crap name. Until I heard Skidmark was used in the US, which is hilarious. So Skidmark and Rip It, they could go together, and they kind of do. That's what they should do. They should have a battle of the blue Hiss tank versus the Desert Fox, shouldn't they? And the six-wheel drive, and just have a battle, the battle of Skidmark, the Rip It, and then Skidmark happens afterwards. Anyway, they're they come after one after the other. Toy Bounty Hunter, I'll be keeping the figure. I like all the color options, just prefer blue. Absolutely. No, Neil. Tiger Force Ram is up on Robot Kingdom, and has been for a little while, hasn't it? And no, I don't think you're the only one to notice. I don't share a lot of that stuff, mainly because it's so much to keep on top of. I usually just retweet Preternia's posts about whatever's online, because they seem to be on top of it with that kind of stuff. So in terms of that, all that, I don't know, it's hard to it's really hard to stay on top of this game, and so you have to kind of make a few sacrifices in what's news and what is just something's up on on a website kind of thing. But it's actually good to know. So yeah, guys, check out Robot Kingdom if you want the Tiger Force Duke and Tiger Force Ram. Some people have been getting it in hand. The video was out the other day as well. That was another thing I didn't share. But there's a review going around already of that set. God, I can't wait to get that as well. I love Tiger Force so much. I'd have a Tiger Force Roadblock. I don't care. I'd have a Tiger Force Tactician. I don't care. Fight me. Paul, I agree about Hasbro keeping some items exclusive to the Haslab, but the cool thing is we'll get a classified release for that CC with the proper sigil and perhaps that tall gauntlets. What I meant was the specific version with the Mickey Mouse logo will be specific to the Haslab. Yes, we will get that Cobra Commander in red, we'll get him in blue, we'll get him in dark blue, we'll get him in all sorts of different colors. You can count on that. Yes, Paul. Yes, the Stinger has been. A lot of people are saying that, Captain K, about Cobra Stinger. Todd says, I love them for all different reasons, although I sort of wish they went all in on the Delta. Bright purple like Mindbender, make it obnoxious. He says, with what looks like some sort of brighter purple garment on, Todd, in your... So it should have been that purple, shouldn't it, mate? Yeah, I get what you're saying. And I know what you mean. I think... the color studies are all very subdued, very dark. It's a very dark situation, isn't it? There's only certain parts that really pop. You're looking at this screen. If I'm looking at the screen right now, everything is black apart from the sigils and a few other bits and pieces. It's crazy. Hello, Diana Davis. Bravo, Foxtrot, Delta are my faves. Yeah, like Bravo and then the blue and then the purple. That's a good shout, actually. That is kind of where I was originally, Diana. I feel like I keep getting talked out of certain things. Robert H says, if they ever give us a retail hiss like they said they'd try to do, would you want it to come with Rip It or a normal driver? Well, Robert H, I will suggest, I would imagine, or I could see them doing a Python Patrol one as a kind of exclusive thing for Target, and then have like a Pythonized hiss driver. So that I think would be spot on and would be really cool. Now, if it was to be released like normal retail, if they did it blue, yeah, let's do Rip It. If they did it, because I don't know, what would people want a black one after getting the one in the? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it because I think that would take away from it? I'd have to be blue. I think the retail version, blue and Python Patrol, like repainted, basically. I don't know if it would be at any point doing a black one again. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's up to Hasbro in the end of the day, isn't it? But yeah, I would say if we get Rip It, then I want the retail hiss to be blue as well. Yeah, the red on the shins bugs me a little. I originally liked Echo, but leaning towards Charlie more. Yeah, Echo isn't one that gets called out a lot, is it? But a few people are saying, like, even Tim's saying poor Echo is getting no love, not even from me. But I do like Echo. I like Echo and Charlie probably on a level pegging, and Charlie's dope. So yeah, I'm kind of like level pegging with them. That I think that's how my things go in my head. It's Bravo Foxtrot or Bravo Delta Foxtrot, because I like the purple. Bravo Delta Foxtrot, Alpha, and then Charlie and Echo are the same. That's where I think my list is, basically. And it's going to be different to everyone's. Let's face it. Yes, he is very much like Snake Eyes. That was my point earlier, Smile. I can't remember what the blooming figure's called, though. Still, how have I not thought about that yet? Has no one said anything in the comments? Unless you have, and I just missed it completely. Ryan Costello. Shout out to Ryan Costello. If Delta doesn't win, I will eat my hiss. I'm glad you spelled that. Hopefully, I'm glad there wasn't like a autocorrect change of the hiss word there. That would have been gross, wouldn't it? Yeah, we're covering the same stuff here, guys. I think pretty much at the moment. Jeremy says Echo is the one I'm most iffy on. I think if we saw it actually painted in a model, I may change my mind on it. The legs stand out. Do you know what? I think if we saw all these painted, I think it would just make it worse. I think everyone would just be like, oh, I don't know what to go for. I'd be like that anyway. Yeah, Boo Cat's right on that one. I think if it were a mechanic and not a tactician, I'd go for Delta. At the moment, going for Bravo, and I think that's where I stand, honestly. Boo Cat. I love saying that name out loud. David Allen, Charlie is my choice. Hello, David. How you doing? You're going for Charlie. Charlie's again. I like it. It's cool. Nice. Everyone knows that Rip It and Backblast leave skid mark behind. Absolutely. And Andrew enjoyed that one. Toy Bounty Hunter. Look, there you go. I love the figure of skid / treadmark, Dan. Don't get me wrong. The name is hilarious. Yes, it does, Neil. It's a repaint of the inside of your underpants. There you go. Oh, RKW 1138. Where is my Bumblebee All Striker review, Chris? I'm still waiting to be allowed to post it out there. I'm just waiting for the go ahead, basically. I was told this week at some point, but waiting for the go ahead. So hopefully soon. Hopefully very soon. A Tiger Force skid mark. So would I, Diana Davis, because you just have to put. He's already got the orange on him, Annie. So that would be great. Yes, Diana, and I just like the sound of that makes me laugh. Okay. Robert H. We've already had. Let's talk about this comment first. I've said it before, but Tiger Force hiss, call it the Tiger Roar. That's actually really cool. That's a really, really cool idea because obviously the snake hisses, the tiger roars. I love that. I think it's brilliant. What I will say though is we've kind of see, like, if we go back to the SDCC exclusive 50th era. We had that Chimera, didn't we? The green, like GI Joe his tank. I don't think it works as a GI Joe vehicle. The figures were cool. That came with it. Was it Steeler and Grunt? No, Steeler and someone. But the figures were kind of cool looking. But I don't know if a GI Joe his tank works for me. But it makes sense because obviously Tiger Force was stealing stuff and then repainting it, weren't they? So that it makes sense across the board. Robert H, I can't I can't argue with you. I cannot argue with you. Yes, good shout. Python Patrol pre-orders opening back up on Target. Yeah, not just that, but the reason for that is because they started appearing in stores, believe it or not. Python Bat has been spotted in a couple of locations in, I want to say Florida and Ohio? Pennsylvania? I think it's Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania and Florida. So I think that and possibly even more. So Python Bat has kind of started sneaking out a little bit. I expect we'll see a few more of other figures kind of getting in there soon, and including Tiger Force Outback. I mean, come on. So yeah, good point, Jamie Lynn. Very well noticed as well. Arctic Hiss would be nice. Yes, David, 100%. Crimson Hiss with the CG, like the KB Toys set, Jeremy. I like the sound of that as well. Will we ever see another Hiss come with a Night Creeper, says Ryan. Nice deep cut there, Ryan. And no. Although I'd love to see a Night Creeper in the classified line. Oh, please and thank you. Get that in there. We've had it in the kids 6-inch line for the movie. Let's get Night Creepers going in classified. Come on. Let's get it going. Right. Sorry, guys. Loads of comments coming in. I'm going to be bringing it to a close very shortly. You can't hear me laughing in my house, Chris, but I am. If I could hear you, I would be scared because you'd be like my neighbor and you'd have heard a lot of things. Actually, Smiler, yeah, wouldn't it just be awesome if they dropped painted versions of all of them before the vote ends? That would be insane because it could swing the votes. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. If you saw these actually physical, because that happens so much, you see the digital renders and you're like, cool, it looks like the character. And then the figure comes out and you're like, it's so beautiful. Okay. All right, and guys, sorry, I will. Oh, that sucks, Andrew. Target cancelled my Outback even though I confirmed the delay. Guess I'll just wait to see if he shows up on pegs. I hope so. I hope so. I find the jokey thing is with the joke I was laughing about it with the other guys the other day, but the fact that Target has found a way to ruin its GI Joe classified pre-orders almost each time. Although it did have that one little, I say it didn't ruin it when we had that little, it was like Breaker and Barbecue was quite easy, they were quite easy to obtain. And then, but since the Outback and the Python Patrol have just been the most delay-ridden, horribly, ruined wave of figures. And that's saying something so far, isn't it, really? Considering we had all those early Target issues. And that's the thing, you think they think you get over it and you think you're back in the game. And then, you think same with Walmart, and then Walmart start delivering retro card figures via, slingshot, no packaging. Let's just fire it into that wall of flames and then hopefully it'll get there in half a piece. Anyway. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Hiss 2 driver, the Tread Viper. Yes. Does anybody want the... I honestly, Hiss 2, I think would be sweet as well. A real badass vehicle. Love it. I'd love to see a Hiss 2 at some point. I don't think it's going to happen in classified, but I could, and that particular driver is kind of futuristic as heck looking. I quite like him. Anyway, I kind of do, Neil. I kind of do, but in a very optimistic, in a couple of years' time sort of deal. I don't think anytime soon, but I definitely think they'll want to reuse that tooling at some point. Not like, they're not going to go crazy and have lights and all that kind of stuff, but they could definitely do a way more basic version, just this, of a honking size, and throw like I said, like a Python Patrol deco on it. I could see that happening 100%. It's on Tiger Force Duke's box, for goodness sake. Don't worry, Diana. You don't necessarily need the full force. If you can always watch it back later. It's no big deal. And I don't really say anything. It's just reporting on the news and then talking it out with you guys. So it's no big deal. Okay. Oh yeah, I would. Jeremy Kimberlin says Night Creeper version 1 or version 2 though. Version 2 Ninja Force toy with their capes. Yes, please. That is a very awesome looking design. The figure kind of misses on a few levels for it being like the kind of restricted articulation for it being Ninja Force, but the design is dope. The deco is dope. I wish it came with the cape that was in the comics and was technically on the card art as well. But I'm all over the V2, mate, as well. I'd love to see that in classified. V1 and V2, please. And just keep repainting them because I'd love them, all of them. Track Viper, that's it. Thank you, Toy Bounty Hunter. Track Viper. Not Tread. That you're totally right. Okay, then. Let's switch to my face, I guess, because... Didn't even finish saying what I was going to say before I did that. Right then, yes. So that is the fan vote for the Hiss. It is live now. Link in the description if you want to go and vote. If you're a backer of the Hiss tank, obviously. I'm going to go and eat now. But as RKW1138 post mentioned in the comments earlier, there will possibly be. I'm not sure if I've been told maybe this week, but it could be next week. Who knows? All Striker Bumblebee review going up. I was very fortunate to get that in advance, crazy advance as well. Like I've had that for ages. Thank you very much, by the way, Hasbro. And so that's hopefully that will be coming this week. We've got our reaction to Thursday's amazing 1027. I'm getting ahead of myself because I don't know if it'll be amazing or not, but I'm very confident that it'll be really cool. 1027 at Hasbro, of course, and I'll be reacting. I'll see if we can get someone else on, but I'll be reacting to the, if any, reveals, pre-orders, and so on and so forth. And I've also tomorrow, I will be probably more than likely, if any, barring any news kicking off, because if news kicks off, I'll try and maybe get it done during the day. Or how about this? I'll do an earlier one where I unbox this cheeky lad or set of lads, Snake Eyes and Timber. Yeah? So we'll bust this open tomorrow at some point. I will try and go a little bit like kind of maybe in the afternoon tomorrow if I can. If not, then just expect it in the evening. If there's news though, that does throw us a bit of a spanner in the works, doesn't it? But I'll try and do it. I'm not going to combine things because I like to keep these separate now. Just so people can enjoy them separately whenever they want to. Anyway, we love you, Chris. Happy 1027 to all, and a merry Pulse Con. Yeah, that's hilarious. A happy 1027 is what we should say. We should say that as if that's like a thing. Well, it is now, isn't it? It's like a celebration. Right then. I haven't, sorry, Renegade Bike, I haven't seen Toy Gigante's 3D printing of the Hiss tank. I don't think I've seen that. I might have to have a look at it and check it out to see how cool it is. But no, I haven't seen that. No, I will. Sorry, I just noticed the comment and I didn't want to kind of like miss it before I left. Toy Bounty Hunter says, I think Target is holding everything until week of Black Friday. Could you imagine? Oh, that would be awful. Like, you're already trying to fight someone who's got a TV in their hand. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I want that toy. I want that child's toy, which is for adults. Anyway, had a great time tonight, guys. I'm going to go eat something. It's been fun. I will see you, like I said, on the next one. And hopefully it'll either be this tomorrow afternoon or whatever. It'll be news, but you'll see me. Right, at the end of all these episodes, what we like to do is obviously give a bit of a countdown. Don't forget to vote as well. Keep voting. keep voting every day just to really skew the numbers. Vote differently every day. Just vote for all of them. Everybody vote for all of them every day. Anyway, see you guys on the next one. As always, after 3, stay fresh cheese bags. 1, 2, 3. Full force. Laters. I'm actually nowhere near pressing that button yet. About now. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter at The Full Force, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/The Full Force, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.